There was a time when cars weren't just machines. They were dreams made of steel and chrome. They were living, breathing companions on the open road, sounding off with a thunderous promise, adventure. I remember hearing the low, resonant purr of a Cadillac V8 from blocks away, and knowing that wherever it went, stories followed. This is the story of one such dream. The 1960 Cadillac Series 62 Convertible, and the echo it left in our souls. There was a time when I sat in the back seat of a Cadillac, wide bench, plush leather, windows rolled down, wind teasing my hair, and for a moment the world outside melted away. A summer dusk, cicadas humming, that Cadillac's tail fins glinting in amber light. I felt infinite. If you hear the name 1960 Cadillac, you might see chrome, fins, a sweeping hood ornament. But I invite you to feel nostalgia, the warmth of a steering wheel under two hands, the hum of the V8 rising, the flush of possibility in your chest. For those who grew up in an era when road trips stretched long and horizons meant hope, this car is more than metal. It is memory. In the late 1950s, Cadillac stood as the pinnacle of American luxury and engineering. It wasn't just about going from A to B. It was about how you got there, in majesty and comfort. The 1959 and 1960 Cadillacs pushed boundaries, tail fins reaching skyward, panoramic windshields, innovations that whispered progress. The Series 62 name, dating back to the 1940s, had evolved. By 1960, the Cadillac Series 62 Convertible was a statement. If you can dream it, drive it. Under the hood sat a massive 390 cubic inch V8 engine, producing well over 300 horsepower. Power steering, power brakes, a hydromatic automatic transmission, all standard. In an era when seat belts were optional, Cadillac gave you elegance and power first, safety as you adapted. Designers sculpted sweeping lines, dominating tail fins, a broad grille, and dual bullet tail lamps. The convertible top, when folded, lay nearly invisible, preserving the clean silhouette. Inside, leather, chrome, instrumentation that glowed, dials, gauges, a radio that crackled with AM tunes. They built not just a car, but a rolling cathedral of comfort and sophistication. Cadillac didn't simply build a convertible, they crafted a symbol of status, freedom, and the promise that life on the open road could be luxurious. Picture this, it's 1960, the world is changing, rock and roll, drive-in theaters, the great American road beckoning. You slip into the driver's seat of the Series 62 Convertible. The engine starts, quiet at idle, but you feel its muscle waiting. You release the brake, the Cadillac glides forward, heavy and assured. You cruise down endless highways, past diners with neon signs humming, past small towns where kids wave, past fields in late summer, corn tassels drifting in golden light. Inside, you hear the soft crackle of the AM radio playing Sam Cooke or Patsy Cline. Perhaps you sing along. Your arm rests on the door, your sweetheart beside you, hair catching the wind. I remember roads like these. 2 lanes, no guardrails, trees arching overhead. The car's long hood disappears as you settle in. You turn onto a ribbon of black asphalt. Watch the needle climb. The hum deepen. Acceleration is smooth, relentless. The suspension floats. Undulations, bumps, patches. Nothing jars the sense of serenity. At dusk, you stop by a roadside lookout. The car's silhouette gleams in soft pastel light. You step out and rest your hand against that iconic tail fin, feeling the cold metal, seeing reflections of the sky in its chrome. You're proud. You're alive. This car wasn't just transport. It was theater. You'd arrive somewhere, a beach, a gala, a picnic, and people would turn, glance, remember you. It was a status, yes, but also a pleasure, a companion. In that era, owning a Cadillac convertible said, I've made it, but also, I deserve beauty. It was a time when engineering and artistry entwined, when a V8 engine was music, when a chrome grille gripped both pride and identity. Years passed. Engines evolved. Tastes changed. Safety became stricter. Emissions mandated. Large convertibles receded. But the 1960 Cadillac Series 62 convertible did not fade quietly. It became legend. Fathers who once slid behind those wheels when they were young passed down tales to their sons, daughters, the memory of first drives, cross-country excursions, summer nights. I know men today, in their 60s, 70s, 80s, who can describe the rumble of the V8 exactly, who remember where they were when they first saw that great hood ornament gleaming in the sun. Collectors rescued these cars. Restorers labored. Years to reassemble trim, chrome, upholstery. Parts became rare. Yet the reverence remained. At classic car shows, the convertible draws a crowd, not out of novelty, but out of reverence. Photography is silent worship. In concours events, they judge precision, patina, authenticity. Each nut, each stitch, each reflection matters. Some enthusiasts drive them even now. They close the garage door at dusk, ease onto a coastal road, wind down the top, and let the past breathe again. With every press of the pedal, they relive 1960, the hope, the love, the hum. A 1960 Cadillac doesn't just belong in a museum. It belongs in memory, in hearts. It belongs climbing hills, rolling through valleys, feeling wind again. This car has influenced later designs. Tail fins, cues of luxury, the idea that a car might also be an icon. It taught designers that people crave emotion in motion. Now we stand here in 2025. The world hums with electric motors, sleek minimalism, efficiency. We talk of aerodynamics, battery range, screens, and autopilot. Yet somewhere in our being, we still crave the old cadence. We crave the tactile, the visceral, the poetry of a mechanical soul. If you were born in 1945 or 1955 or 1965, if you remember your father's car, the road trips you took, the songs you sang, then the 1960 Cadillac Series 62 convertible speaks to you. It whispers, remember where you have been. It pleads, don't forget what it felt like. Close your eyes. Picture that long hood, the dual bullet tail lamps, the fins stretching like wings. Picture pulling out from a station, the engine roaring, wind in your hair, horizon wide and waiting. Feel the seat beneath you, the chrome under your fingers. Hear the song on the radio. You are young again. You are traveling. You are home. A car is not just metal and rubber. It is memory. It is longing. It is the aurora of motion, cast in steel. The 1960 Cadillac Series 62 convertible still stands, an emissary of past grandeur, a bridge between then and now. And for those who once loved cars, road trips, and the golden era of engineering, it remains a truth that life once smelled of gasoline and hope. Today, as you listen, I hope you feel pride. Pride in what was built, in what was driven, in what was loved. Melancholy, that time flows on. But also warmth, that those machines, those journeys, left imprints on us. So, whenever you hear that distant roar, or glimpse a fin glinting in the sun, remember, you carried a Cadillac dream with you that day. And once, in a convertible on an endless highway, you were infinite. Thank you for coming along this ride back in time, in steel, chrome, memory, and heart.